people wasn't answering, and I said, pause. Throw it. Wait, I'm talking about throw it in the garbage can. Because one thing is for certain, two things for sure. Financing people don't play like that. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play games with a finance person that's me, girl. Especially for something for $4 million. Yeah, because the sucker is getting to me the bank. Shut up talking to me, basically. Like, what you emailing me and calling me for? Don't call me. I don't want to talk to you like that. I'm gonna call you when I get back. Now I heard real estate man talking about Uncle Butch. Now Uncle Butch is supposedly the uncle of the Banshee, and Uncle Butch was gonna slide the Banshee a $300,000 check that she was gonna write two $150,000 checks to use as collateral for the $4 million thing. Because if you got cash, verify your bank account and come on here. What I'm talking to your uncle for? Now Wade just want to be with the hogs, okay? The Wade just strike me as a simple man. Well, shenanigans, he ain't really with all that. He look like the kind of dude that would just disassociate. Like y'all wake me up when we get there. Like I'm not dealing with all that. He wasn't used to all of that commotion in his life. You know what I'm saying? That man be in the woods. The succubus get irritated because Wade is like pulling away. She's like, he don't want to talk to me. I done bought him all these things and he's still pulling away from me. Now she got to come up with something else to keep that man close to her. Wade, boss, a co-worker, is married to a chiropractor, like a doctor, a chiropractor, right? The succubus went to the lady in her official capacity as a chiropractor and told that lady in her face, look at me. Don't you think I'm glowing? Look at my aura. My aura changed. Like, don't you think I just look pregnant right now? Do you know how much school that they had to go to? Don't put that in your face like that with that foolishness, girl. I don't get out of office, okay? Just get off that 8 o'clock, okay? You waste our time on money with that mouth blue. Girl, please. You think we in the medieval times? Like, they got ways to prove a pregnancy. Like, we ain't about to get in here looking at no oral, girl. So now she going around telling every goddamn body that she's pregnant. Okay, and the chiropractor lady was like, ma'am, if you don't go pee on this stick in this bathroom, girl, and get on my face, please. Like, she ain't say that, no, I would have said it. So now, because the lady said so, she's pregnant, apparently. Okay, you a millionaire, you a millionaire. I wish that's how it worked, but it don't work like that. Anyway, she's 3 months
Awesome.
pregnant with Casper from Lego. Okay, and so she is telling Stephanie that she was pregnant. So Stephanie was like, this lady don't have no friends. Cause where your friends and family at? Like, you ain't got no cousins? Where's your people at? You know what I'm saying? In the South, we come with people. Our families be big as hell for no reason. Like, my daddy got 12 brothers and sisters. Like, where was all y'all going in that small ass? It's not funny. Each of them got at least 2 kids. I got 9,000 first cousins. Like, usually we roll deep in the South. That nigga said she ain't had nobody, girl. I said, what's tea with that? Because, see, I'm too nosy for that. So, what's the story with that? Where are they at? Because it's a small town. And that's another thing I couldn't figure out also. In the beginning of the documentary, they showed us a counter and said, like, the population of New Boston was like 4,500. So I was trying to figure out, like, where did she come from? And how close in proximity were all of these places? Because I heard New Boston, I heard Mount Pleasant, I heard Alabama, and I'm like, I know it's not.
Huh.
I know it's the first place I think. It might be a hospital or a town, and it could be both, girl. I don't know. I heard Google places, so I'm
Huh.
assuming that they're all like within close
Huh.
proximity to each other. Again,
Huh.
I'm too nosy for that, girl. Like, if I know anybody from Mount Pleasant, hey, Mount Pleasant representative, do you know that
Huh.
such and such? Because this bitch is sketchy. Like, I don't
Cute.
know about her. Like, oh, your cousin know her? Can you call your cousin on period? Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. I would suffocate from not knowing. So remember I told you about Stephanie.
Huh.
Stephanie is the best friend, Wade's best friend's wife that the Harpy had latched onto like a barnacle at the bottom of the ship, girl. So Stephanie had gotten a paper, confirming the gender of this mythological baby that
Cute.
they're supposed to have, right? So she was looking at the paper, and the date on the paper said 2016. Girl, we are in the year of our Lord 2020 during the Fantasia, girl. Everybody had masks on, everybody was panicking. Okay, 2016, girl, please. I was in the club in 2016. I was a whole different lady in 2016 than I was in 2020. That's a long time ago. Hospitals and doctors' offices and clinics and stuff don't make mistakes like that. So she called the local place. She was like, well, I got this paper that stated, it's a general review about my body. The people was like, girl, no paper, no general review paperwork. We are not a stationary store, baby. Like, that's not what we do here. The people at the clinic was like, well, who are you asking for? And she told the people to suck it. This is name. The people at the clinic was like, listen, I can't say because I got bills to pay. Whatever you thinking in your mind, hey, hey. So now it's time for the gender reveal. So the plan is to have this little tab with a pink on blue bow on it next to signify that they have some more girl. Everybody's standing in the front yard and this whole little calf come around the back of the trailer with a pink bow on the neck. And the calf did not want to be involved in that gender reveal. The calf was like, I'm not with it. Bring me back to my mama, please. I just feel it in my little baby kind of spirit. And
Aha.
and I said, you better listen to animals, bro. Animals be knowing. When the cat came around the back of the house, the only person you could hear was the succubus. When I tell you crickets everywhere else, like you didn't hear nothing but the trees.
Yep, the Ruya.
It was so awkward. The gender reveal was so bad that the camera that was recording the gender reveal didn't want to have no parts of it either. The video was so blurry. Like the camera was like, yeah, leave me out of this. And the next thing you know, I'm gonna be in court and I do not want to go to court. Everybody knew. Ain't not a rounding of a belly in sight, girl. Like she just looked like she maybe had like a little Taco Bell before the gender reveal. She was a little bloated. It made me. Now we meet Mackenzie Wright, an ex-friend of the succubus. When I tell you, it looked like she was about to vomit in this documentary. I said, okay, yeah, Mackenzie know the tea. Mackenzie know the real deal. Holyfield. Let me lock in with you, Mackenzie. Mackenzie dropped and tell us that the succubus don't even have that news. What's it gonna go? Okay, she done had this hysterectomy. Ain't got no fallopian tubes, no. What come in there, girl? You go over the channel. What are they gonna do? I'm talking about they need to tell me what you did at this point. Put her under the jail. The doctor that performed the hysterectomy put up with his drugs on to verify and codify that the baby had the baby had no info. Then one day, Mackenzie had one in her up. Okay, and then the succubus was like very excited about it, right? And in her mind, she's a local she was thinking, that's my girl. Of course she's excited for me. Of course she wanna know what fault I am. Of course she wanna like play a baby shower. No, way beyond that. Because what you mean, she asked the lady for the lost information to her pregnancy tracker so she could keep up with the lady's pregnancy tracker. You want to give up that quick too? Like, that's too much to the point where Mackenzie was like, but I forgot to tell y'all. So the succubus is like stalking, like attention-seeking behavior, but crank that bitch up to the left. They say she had MS. They say she had cancer. They say she had a stroke. She had 9 toxins in her home. She lost a leg. She got lost at sea. Like everything that you could think of, the lady had. So now, Stephanie and Miss Connie and Wade Mama, they on the case. If you want to get to the bottom of something, you get you a lady that was born between the years of 1960 something and 1990 with wireless internet connection. I'm talking about get the job done. I don't know why the FBI, CIA, JLCC don't get the ladies on the job. I'm not talking about people that went to basic training. I'm talking about that lady that work at the bank. That lady gonna get to the bottom. Stephanie was up all times of the night knowing she had been working on it, and her husband Cody was like, girl, when you come in the bank? Like, what you been doing? And Stephanie was like, no, she couldn't get off of it. She was gathering her evidence. The succubus started getting these random emails talking crazy. Like, it reminded me of the documentary where the mama was texting the daughter all kind of horrible things because she was jealous that the daughter was dating the boyfriend and, the one that about face was never fucked. That I couldn't stop wondering if the succubus didn't have ankle employment because who has time for all that? She spent all this time concocting all these random shackle ass plots and plans and texting emails and stuff. Girl, you're not talking. Of course, the succubus say, oh, that's my mama. My mama trying to tell her she don't allow love to shine and wave me up. Let's go. Now we hear from a lady named Bria Jones, and I say pause. I'm telling you, I did not expect to see a lady in the documentary. And she knew the succubus from high school. Now, the succubus, when she was in high school, same attention-seeking behavior, she would ask the girls at her high school for pictures of them from the neck down so that she can catfish boys. People like this literally just walking around with you standing behind them in a line. That's what's crazy to me. The succubus did go ahead and have a gastric bypass, girl, when she was doing something out. The succubus has started her the side hustle where she takes like maternity photos and wedding pictures. Then we hear about a bride named Reagan. Reagan was getting married, budget conscious baddie. She needed a photographer. She found the succubus. They agreed that she would take the pictures at her wedding, and she did. The succubus went in there, took the pictures, everything was so nice. So now the succubus got another problem, right? She done told everybody she's pregnant. She's been pregnant for 945 days.
Got me.
This ready to be on Amazon and order the silicone belly, and then just put it on. Like Tuesday, she just had the extra rolls with her butter and stuff, and she was under bloated. Wednesday, she on her third trimester, and it's like we can see you, right? So then we hear Stephanie talking about how Wade is not like I'm gonna sit in the house and pay attention kind of dude. Like he got ball sloppy, so he really didn't pay attention to it. And then I say pause. Now one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Them blue collar boys, they work hard, but they want to play hard too. They want to take a shower, they want to eat. They want to do everything too. And we can just make arrangements for the fact that he got a baby in there. I was trying to figure out how to work it out with that silicone. As it turns out, they wasn't tracking no shit. He didn't never see her belly because she said that she was insecure about her body and her stretch marks, so she would never let him see her belly. I don't know. I mean, you run your house like you want to run your house with. So now maybe Stephanie Mackenzie does it though. Yeah, let's run some of these facts back. Okay, let's run some of these. I got receipts, you got receipts, let's compare and contrast. Mackenzie tells Stephanie the lady can't have a baby because the lady ain't got no uterus. So Stephanie go run tell that. She tell her Wade, and of course the succubus is like, oh hey, Miss Connie trying to talk to her son Wade and be like, son, what you think is going on? Now me, I would politely go over there and lift that shirt up real quick, like, oh we gotta avoid all this, like let's flash it up right quick. Yeah, let me see this call up to the call, baby. I would rip that shit off their leg so fast. Now you know I told you Stephanie like a dog with balls. Stephanie ended up picking up the succubus's mama's number, and the succubus mama said, girl, it took y'all a long time to call. I was waiting on somebody to call me, and Stephanie was like, what? Just saying something. But she couldn't do that because she figured that if it all came falling down, that the succubus would take her granddaughter away, and she couldn't lose her grandbaby. Stephanie tells the succubus, Holy will talk the Wade don't want to hit. So now the lady due date is 2 weeks away. The hospital on pickle, it might have a baby snatching that baby, it might come over here, so everybody's on alert. Then we see court documented Google searches that the lady was searching up because she ain't had no plan. She Googling newborn adoption. She Googling how to get a baby on free. Can I get a baby behind Wi Fi? How to buy a baby on a black market? Now we done bust up to 2 weeks after the lady said she was supposed to deliver her baby. Some women will be like, listen, if I give birth today, it's not gonna be okay. Because if so, get this goddamn baby out of me. They have some women that Miss Connie asked Wade, do you love her? And he was like, you know, she's pretty. She do you love her? And he was like, I mean, no, not really. What? I said, okay, well, we're going to go into the hospital today, and we're going to go in there and have the baby. The lady text Wade from a burner phone, setting up a whole swapping deal. So I was like, we're going to see like this out. It's like, okay, well, it's how we're taking a minute, you go do that, and I'll meet you at the hospital, right? So the man dropped all the way to goddamn Western Field, Texas. And he was like, hey, I'm here to deliver these hospitals. I'm stopping and everything. And the man was like, I never text you, friend. Like, I'm so sorry you made the trip, but I'm home that turn home. And he was like, well, who the hell would do that? Who do you think? So now it's time for him to go to the hospital. This bitch gonna say, oh, no, we can't go to the hospital. This wreck, the lady called the hospital like she a joker in a dark night and put a bomb threat into the hospital. Yeah, get this bitch out of here. Because what if my grandma goes down on the CPAP machine? She called a bomb threat into the hospital during COVID time. Everybody was panicking, depressed, mad, mourning. You call a bomb threat because you lied and don't confess up to your lie. What she could have did was just been like, oh, you know what you're right. Pack her right in, duck back and move on, bitch. Like, you didn't even have to do it. Now we hear about Rick. And the kid, she got pregnant early, like 17. And of course, her mom and stepdad were disappointed in that, so they said that she was a great mom. She met this man named Homer. They got married. They had a baby. We expanded the family. Remember, this whole time. The sucky bitch been over there lying to Reagan, telling her a sob story, making Reagan feel sorry for her, right? So one day, Reagan's husband called Reagan mama and said, hey, you talk to Reagan, they bitch didn't show up for her. Okay, well, let's go. Reagan's pregnant. They have an older kid. The kid wasn't at the daycare center. What's up with that? First, she got into the garage, and the garage door was open. Her garage door, and her mom was like, "I'm leave her garage door open." Like, and they open the door to see her child dead on the floor. I don't ever want to hear the screams of a mother who has lost a child. It's like a sound that is unlike any other. It's the most horrible and unnatural thing. It's unnatural for a parent to lose a child. Their grandbaby is missing. The grandbaby wasn't at the daycare. They called out to the grandbaby in the house, and they hear her. But in order to get to her, they have to step over the body of their daughter. The stepdad couldn't do it. Okay, so the family friend unfortunately had to go in there, step over Reed while on the floor, and go in there and get the baby. He said when he went in there to get the baby, she like recorded it. Like he under the thing. The baby was like 3 or 4, and then you see body cam footage of the officers going in there to see, a scene. It's so much blood in that crime scene. When the police and everybody get there, they are looking for a baby. Then we go to right back to the beginning of the documentary when we see that bitch in that right hand for holding that baby, pretending like it's her. The police telling Wade the Banshee has been arrested, and they tell him what she did. The first thing I was my baby, my family was right. They tried to tell me and I wouldn't listen. I do appreciate the crispy ass body cam footage in the documentary because when they show us her being purple from that hospital bed to hopefully the pits of hell, but I know they weren't able to jail. Then of course the news is the community. There's a very small community, so something like that probably told everybody and all of the people that were involved in it. I know that they probably were thinking like, yeah, she's a macadamia for sure. I know they would have never expected nothing like that. We didn't unfortunately have to go to Reagan's funeral where her husband is like completely overwhelmed. They can't even hardly walk. That ain't over here. You know what I mean? Not time for the succubus to go to trial. They showed us some body cam or some surveillance footage of her in the police like interrogation room, and she don't have no shoes on, and she's in there whining and crying. And when I tell you, I could all my fist up. First of all, I don't like people, okay? Because I in the detective interrogation room with your bare ass feet, bitch. Like, put some goddamn shoes on. I be slip. They give them to you when you get to the jail. Where did I be slip? She in there whining, crying, talking about the lady wanting her to take her baby out. Now, I think I need to better prepare myself when I cover like like this because I like my chest get tight and I'm always like I'm not a violent lady, but like I can't. It's crazy to think that you could just literally be living your life and somebody evil just pull up on your doorstep one day and the next thing you know your life is moving. Literally, I need to fist her drop. You know why? Because they didn't want to go. Exactly where she needs to be going. I'm talking about baby bitch. Like I'm talking about make sure it's quick. Don't ever sit there with the taxpayers' dollars. Put that shit in the check. Okay, I'm gonna take it. What kind of motion y'all use? Y'all do the injection? I'm thinking violence. So I think like that's what we'll do. And we close out the documentary with hearing how this entire thing has impacted Reagan's mom, sister, stepdad, and we himself. And of course, everybody was absolutely devastated. But what my heart was hearing Reagan's mom talk about how she had to convince herself that her own child that she carried, birthed, raised was a real person. That is the most psychological mind effing thing to have to process. I don't even know how to even begin to work through that. Her sister talked about how she got married and she was scared to hide her away because that's in the documentary. Oh, she tried to appeal. You know, that's the hubris, the audacity to try to appeal. And you need to pay the people in the law talk thing restitution for when they got their time like that. That's absolutely crazy. Appeal. Thank y'all for watching this video. I do apologize. I always try to keep, but I literally can't keep documentary like this. Got to get like ready and that's it because it was right. I don't care what you read in the world. It's just some shit you just don't do. You're not gonna be out there with, let me go. How many times I'm gonna what you thought of, maternal instinct? I'm gonna talk to you later. I don't have to finish my chores now. What is that? I just want to know at what point will people see people for who they really are? And when will these parents stop co-signing the madness? Questions that need answers. Ashley, and this is my sweet perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I'm here to put you on, okay? Y'all, welcome back to the channel. Back again. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. This is my sweet perspective, where I give my take on all the things TV and movie related. Y'all know I am here to put you on, and we are back to talk the brand new Netflix documentary Crash. And I was not familiar with this original case. This was the story, really, of the unaliving of Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan at the hands of Mackenzie Shirilla, a crime for which she has been convicted of. So I'm going to start with the overall facts, who brought this to us, incident, and then we'll kind of get into what really happened. Overall, this was absolutely a decent documentary. I think it was respectful to both sides. You know, a lot of times you want to see an unbiased retelling or, rehashing of what happened in a true crime documentary. I think they did fine with that. I was glad we got to see Davion and Dominic's family in all of those things and kind of really get to see, even from the side of Mackenzie's friend and mother, for better or for worse. I think it was a fair demonstration and display of both sides. But let's get into the case and the facts and this documentary. So this was directed by Garrett Johnson, and it was released on Netflix on May 15th, 2026. Produced by Angerard Scott, Rebecca North, and Johnny Taylor. So the actual incident took place on July 31st, 2022 at 5:30 a.m. in Strongsville, Ohio, a Cleveland suburb at the Plitco building. Driver was Mackenzie Kinsey Shirilla, age 17, and the victims were Dominic Dom Russo, 20 years old, her boyfriend of several years, and Davion Flanagan, age 19, which was Dominic's best friend, and he was unalived instantly. What happened? Mackenzie's Toyota Camry slammed into a brick building at 100 miles per hour. She and Dom had recently moved in together after she graduated from Strongsville High School. Again, she's 17, he's 20. Her parents said it was fine. It was fine. Initially, everyone thought this was a tragic accident. Mackenzie was the only survivor and was in the hospital, basically in traction, broken body parts, all of that, and having to hear the news that, Dominic and Davion were no longer with us. Found at the scene, they found the ganja, okay, and they found some shrooms in Mackenzie's belongings. The toxicology report came back and showed that there were no shrooms in Mackenzie's system, just ganja. And as we watch the documentary, we get to see that she was not new to this. She was true to the ganja smoke, okay? Big, big ganja in all sorts of vessels. This is what she did, okay? She and spent Dom's money. That's what it seems like she did. The forensic auto analysis, the little black box in the car, showed that there were no mechanical malfunctions. They show that the gas was fully pressed the entire time. Steering, brakes, accelerator, tires, everything was working. Surveillance footage a block away shows a very controlled turn, deliberate, and then accelerate nearly half a mile at 100 miles per hour straight into the building. The event data recorder said accelerator was pressed 100% for a full 5 seconds before impact. No brakes were applied, none whatsoever. The car hit directly on the passenger side where Dom was sitting. McKenzie had visited the crash site 3 days prior. Prosecutors said this was premeditation, and I don't doubt it. 2 weeks before crash, McKenzie threatened to crash the car with Dom in it. Text said, I can watch your back from now on, and your house, and your car, and your life. Immediately, people don't want to believe this because McKenzie knows. But upon further investigation, the prosecutor finds out who McKenzie really was. A bully at school. Several instances during her high school career where the parents had to come in and basically she got, and even more freedom after the little slap on the hand by her parents. And her parents said, listen, she's a good kid. We never had to really worry about her. But she was out here allegedly wreaking havoc on the students. Now, people have been in my comment section on TikTok and Instagram defending Mackenzie. And I say, if you have an issue, go talk to the people who reported on this in the document. All we can deal with is the information that is presented. And to me, this Mackenzie person back then just demonstrated bad behaviors that went unchecked by her parents. Present day, her parents are still trying to find a way to justify, vindicate her because they believe that she is innocent, and I don't see how you can. The evidence is so compelling. I don't know what the question there could possibly be. Even when we get to talk to Mackenzie present day, it's very much like, did I say the right thing? Like, is this what I need to say? Was that too much? Was that too little? Instead of really showing active remorse, that's all I was looking for. If you've watched any of my true crime documentaries before, especially when it deals with minors, you know that, I battle and struggle with that because that is their whole life and the person that they were as kids may not be the person they are as adults. What I will say, she only seems to be the same person or worse that you saw before. Based on that interaction, based on the fact that you don't seem scary about any of it. And the excuse is she had POTS, which is a condition that people can like faint. Basically, that she passed out during this, and so she says she remembers nothing about the night, nothing about the drive, and how can that be if this was premeditated or if that's what she chose? We find out that her appeal has been denied. They have people that were in the pink top with her on TikTok and Instagram saying that she showed no remorse, that she was trying to be a cool kid, even in the pink top. So I mean, do with that as you will. There's also campaigns to free her, that she was completely innocent. She's pretty to be in jail, is what the people have said. Ultimately arrested on November 4th of 2022 with 2 counts of aggravated unaliving. She got a bench trial, no jury. Judge Nancy Margaret found her guilty on multiple counts and called her hell on wheels. And your mama would never get up here, because what about them? It was the mama going, well, what about she's not going to be comfortable? I'm not worried about her comfort. I'm not worried about her comfort in the pizza. Do you realize that 2 lives were lost? We do get to hear from Davion's sister in this documentary and his father, who basically said they just wanted justice served. At whatever point that looked like for the justice system, that's what they wanted. Dominic's family was a little bit different because they were fully in support of Mackenzie initially because she would never hurt. The father and the sister were. The mama said, I'm not talking to her at all. I know what happened. I know what she did to my son. And so now they've had to change that up a bit. As far as the defense, again, they claimed POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia. It's where your heart rate goes, crazy. You lose balance. You're off kilter. Mackenzie says she has no memory of what happened. She thought that Dom was her soulmate, even though she was cussing him out every chance she gets. We have recorded things. We have posts. We have TikToks she made after his death, as dead people. Like, there was just no tact. There was no remorse demonstrated. And, some people will say, well, she's just a child. She's young. I still think that you would feel something. I do. I don't think you could turn that off so quick. I don't think you can play around with that, even as a kid. But you guys let me know what you think and what you thought. I think overall there were very hard parts to watch. I think the body cam actually going up to the site of the police, of the wreckage and all of that was a lot to see. It's hard. And I'm seeing documentaries use it a lot more, the body cam footage, CCTV footage to really paint the picture and push you there. It's hard. What I will say, a lot of the feedback or constructive feedback that I've seen around the doc is that it doesn't go as in detail as some of the other docs, some of the other series. I think there's a Mean Girls series on ID that people reference that they do a much better job of really dealing with all of the facts and
Oh,
all of
think
that.
well.
And
Oh,
Ja,
lava!
besane. Ha.
I really wanted to see more of their
Verbas, bevamoy,
Yes?
Yanabi, Yova,
Yes,
Dorset,
from
Geese.
J. Gobi?
Mm.
No beam flurba. Singula Yamishka. Ishidorp Nayap. Camus Dwebe. Zagalafib Sikplusta.
Prime docs where the case is very heavy. And I mean, you can't help but have an opinion about it. So drop it in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think she was innocent? Do you think that this was just by happenstance, or do you think this was intentional? Ultimately, two people lost their lives untimely that had their whole lives ahead of them. Davion was really just a casualty, like wrong place, wrong time. It's so terrible. But I would love to know your thoughts. Please be sure to drop it down the bottom. Perspective, where I get my take on all things TV and movie related, and I'm here to put you on, okay? Here on June 12th on Netflix, and we have to give you a thing, you guys. But first, it's free, unique, documentary, extremely heavy themes behind which gives you the opportunity right now to work on a bow out perspective. This is true crime for child unaliving or unaliving in general, or general brutality. Just the most heinous things you've ever heard. We're going to show you as far as a rating on a documentary.
Yigla. Yigla.
Texas, who was 35 weeks pregnant.
Woo!
Okay. Really young mother to already a 3-year-old.
Sorry!
and baby survived. It was recovered safely. Montgomery was convicted and unalive by the federal government. It was
Chip chord. Sneeba.
realize that every documentary that comes out is really to advocate for
Kabizi.
She's had two children before this by two different fathers. I think she was married to both. She's been coaching weights. She's not a person. In 2019, after she
Ludo. Sucko.
my grandmother left me the estate, $8 million is what they say in the documentary online. You will read 6 million, 8 million. It was in the millions, though, honey. At some point, she touted herself the heiress of a spirit dynasty child. She was looking at all of this money. This elaborate lie about her mother. There will be executor of the estate. And was the one responsible for dispensing the billions, right, that was supposed to come to her.
Jane? Normal.
To take Taylor out, and when this did work, her mother allegedly, these are just yarns.
Phoebe. Gretchen knew.
Leno.
Uh-huh.
Of the fact that, you know, I have all
Zimba. Napa. Shorbo. Uh-huh. Soda. What barn new? Jamie?
I need that. And so after the cards are dispersed, we need to go big or go home, right? Because Wade, in all of his illustrious glory, the hog trapper, he likes land, you know, his big dream is to have
With na. Rolling.
country, farming, all of that, and give him what he wants. So she gets on the line, and she decides that she is going to start bartering for land deals, right? Because I have all these millions, right? And so she starts talking to the real estate agent, like, I'm going to make a $3
Tonkapoo.
million
Nerky.
offer on
Proceed.
On farm, it's got 80 plus acres or whatever it was.
Ah, yes.
We're gonna expand. He's gonna love it. She's at the Christmas party.
Uvayaba.
Family.
Ah,
Yeah, I've got this for you
sabay
guys.
fa.
Unattached on the back of the milk card. You guys won't need, you know,
Ah,
we pay for that hunting license or permit or whatever. You can just hunt on our land. It's gonna be great, guys.
proceed.
If even home video.
Rifna.
Family so looking like, all right, girl. But trying to ingratiate
Ah, for flu.
we hear from the realtor and one of the neighbors, whatever, is that like, you know, any transaction we do, we gotta verify funds. It's not trying to verify funds, I did a phone call
Oh, no.
allegedly. And you know, you're not gonna spend my money. You know, you respect your privacy. And I'm thinking any major deal that you do when it comes to money, you gonna have to verify your funds. When I'm coming and saying I'm making a $3.25 million offer on this property, if the people really are thinking
Yubs.
want to verify funds to hold the property for you, right? Because you're good for it and you pay cash, right? And so she's going down this whole thing. Come to find out, at the end of it, it was all said and done.
Ah, Barochi.
She is committing fraud by forging documents, by forging checks. Baby, she was the best on the phone. She's the realtor calling to make these deals. She had tried to make all kinds of great deals. She had 30 plus fake days to move $20 million in real estate across the 14-month relationship. Unhinged. Unhinged. Do you hear me? Mind you, we're just going along with it because, hey, at least she bought me a truck. At least she bought me this truck. At least she bought my mama this. At least we're going all this. She's finding her name with Wade's last name, Parker Griffin. Listen, because I'm hyphenated now, and that's my man. He's gonna love me. Mind you, Wade, anytime we see him in this documentary, it's basically, yeah, I never loved her. Yeah, I never thought I loved her. You know, it seemed like it was the right thing to do. She was buying me houses. She was buying me land. She was buying me trucks. You know, all I had known is hog trapping. So, you know, now I'm in this situation. Now, here's where things get sticky. Because now we're into this.
Limba Bay. Julie.
Man, well, here it goes. What do you mean? What do you mean? The appearances of payments are being made. This provides approval funds for grants. Wade family is really starting to slide right now, and I'm like, you know, I was trying to keep it beautiful. She got a car, but then the car is repossessed. Really knows she's crazy. So now what we have to do is getting here.
Phoebe. Gretchen. Beno.
Because at the end of the day, Wade's gonna love you.
Ole. Yo cabina. Cherobi. Pharma. Floated.
Riding down the road, getting pulled over by the police, got rushed to the hospital, I just had my baby. Meanwhile, and speaking on right now, she's got the baby,
Shorbo.
and we get to the hospital, I said,
Sabrice.
I got to get you
Subao. Yeah, but Subao.
and she announced this right. And she said this time after. Mind you, we already know this is
Cherobi. Phoebe. Gretchen. Beno.
look your best recipe. You gotta, you just go with it. Because that's not something we even think of. I don't even look at that.
Ah.
I know something off, but no, it really told me it's just
Ah.
that's about it. I feel like this is a information. If you honestly, that's it. Well,
Bon chapois, mifonoi. Conqueror. Naifu slumel. You samba pony? Yabi bizarre. Who drip? Shulipafesh. Porame. Asi. Yambara. Dashimu. What is Yabe? Sorba. Gorba. Breath. Plural. Fifaru. Gribix. Fade. Kiasha. Shippy Abenor. Nayafloof. Narfa. Yesu. Breath. Plural. Fifaru. Nayafu. Frolissa Derp. Varika Melshpa. Iba Zig. Who drip? Nabatane. Fib. Barbie Blue. Kiasha. Sabefa. Yes. Proceed. Yes. Sibefa and Monzo.
That's just how I feel like I'm taking the trial began September 2022 in Boulder County.
Hayaboo.
She was convicted on October 3rd, 2022 of capital unaliving. Now in Texas,
Proceed.
right? So capital is over. The jury was out this report out for anything that was commission. Sentenced to death on November 9th, 2022, is Wade testified that about the relationship of emotional roller coaster. And Wade, I don't really want to hear from you. We found out that this was over 25 days. There were over 100 witnesses that gave account. I want to know from you. I want you to put it in the comment section. Was Wade just an innocent victim of this, or did he just ignore all of the red flags? I will say when he's brought in for questioning, he did seem shocked. But again, I'm really trying to figure what the disconnect is. His friend was like, man, I can't tell you what's going on. He said, afterwards, Wade called and said, you were right, man. And he broke down in tears and said, man, sometimes that what's done is done. But, I'm here for you. Mama tried to warn him. At some point, somebody got in contact with Taylor's real mama, who said, yeah, no, she's not this, she's not that. But again, no action was taken. As of late 2025, and a Texas appeals court upheld the original determination. And then finally, in May of 2026, just denied the request to hear her case out. And so that's been exhausted. She is pretty much, her fate is still barring some sort of active at this point. I don't know how long she's still on that road there, which is, is another thing. Overall, again, I gave this 1.3 to be out of 5. Again, I'm like that. We didn't glorify or try to get sympathy for the perpetrator. The documentary, it did tell a police story. Really, there's really no amount of justice that will ever warrant this. All we can really from this is what we can learn in terms of human nature and how some people can operate in this world, and ultimately that everybody doesn't need to. It doesn't. Now, what I will say, the only reason my podcast is down is because of the ratings in terms of documentary quality. There are parts, especially in the middle, I know it's very slowly, it's running around very easy in the space, but I did really want to see more of Reagan's life. We did see a production coming in, and that was heartbreaking. But I think I really want to know more about how life is. We got to take but overall, the song was like I said, it's a way to victims or participants in all of this, as my cousin introduced, to the light most whatever the hell this is, and Tammy actually she's from legal child support. 6 months ago, Iris called Amara and Iris this week, 35 minutes away from Ross yet. they've never met in person. The inclusive and catfish links to, I feel like the messier the confrontation always is, every time without fail. Omar says that he knew Iris was amazing from their very first conversation, and he fell head over heels in love with her. He feels like he won the lottery. I mean, for the analogy of the lottery is kind of sort of a scam, just like me, the catfishes are kind of sort of scams. But Omar says that the big reason why he likes Iris is because she is a big nerd just like him. So he loves her real bad. He's been ready to make things official for quite some time, and every time they're supposed to potentially do something to confirm her identity, something happens and he cannot follow through. Omar recognizes that he is often too pushy, so he has been giving Iris some time, some sweet time, just let her ease into things, but 6 months later, he's starting to feel like he's being catfish. I would really think that, look at me. If it's 6 months, fine. If it's 6 months in and you are still doubting their identity, I think it's better to just cut your losses before you get in any deeper and before you feel the need to contact catfish. Omar says that he doesn't make things work. Even if she's not showing pictures, he just wants to know the truth. So, this might be a happy ending.
Jump, jump.
Maybe, honestly. But after the finished reading the email, they hop on a call with Omar very quickly,
Goyim.
just to confirm that they are in fact in the house and they head to New York as soon as possible. We of course then get the classic catfish montage before we know it, we are in New City, New York. I didn't know New City, New York was good. Apparently it is. Omar is very excited to see this. He's really just super giddy at the idea of ending this experience with a beautiful girlfriend with whom he has a lot of common interests. I don't think he actually cares who the girl is, the one is April. Omar is Jamaican and Iris is Jamaican, so Omar is really excited with that. We then hear in detail the story of how they first met, and I don't know y'all. Something about it feels a little bit off, feels a little bit fishy. One day, Omar was hanging with his friend Leonard. Leonard put Omar up on his Snapchat story. Iris liked what she saw, bought Omar's handle, then hit him up herself. Leonard says he has no idea who she is, and Iris claims that she knows Leonard because she sees him around. He's like, no, I met her, but I asked her to buy me because I was messing around. Very creepy. I don't know why they're alarmed by that, but they're not for some reason. Omar says that Iris is the most beautiful woman he has ever seen, and in my opinion, this is blinding his ability to see the truth that he is probably being lied to in every way imaginable. When he and Iris first started talking, he had no idea what she looked like because despite trying to find Omar on Snapchat, she never actually used Snapchat herself. So she had it on Snapchat, yes, because she posts something, now she posts Snapchat. I never thought she looked creative. It's not fishy anyway, it's not weird to anybody. Eventually, she sent him a couple pictures of herself, and at that point, he was already very emotionally invested. They've only spoken on the phone 3 times in 6 months. Turn the TV off. I don't know about y'all, but if I was really feeling someone, I would talk to you on the phone at least 3 times a day, not just 3 times in 6 months. That's not that big math. The basis of their relationship, the backbone of it, seems to be that Iris is into video games, superheroes, anime, etc. Omar says this allows them to become pretty close, and he wants to make things official despite never meeting in person, and not knowing if she really is who she says she is, but again, he doesn't really seem to care. He just wants a girl. Okay. The first time they tried to meet up, Iris bailed because she said she had to study for midterms. But the second time that they were supposed to meet up and hang out, Iris says her car broke down and it was at the shop, it was getting fixed. He offered to go and pick her up at the shop and then drive her around while they were waiting for her to fix it, and then he dropped her off at the shop. She refused to leave the shop while it was getting fixed. I have to stay here, I have to fix my car exactly. I was like, no, not me. But like, Omar side-eyed that excuse, but talking to her really made him push all of those concerns down because he likes her so much. Omar basically says that their connection is more important than anything to him, and since she was never asking for money or any sort of financial support, he willing to make it work no matter who she is. Is it the girl that is in the picture? I'm still willing to make this work. I don't know if this is giving love or if it's giving desperation. I'm honestly not 100% sure. But Iris has only sent him 3 pictures. We see the 3 pictures, and this was nothing being catfish. It's giving like those pictures were stolen from an Instagram daddy, like an influencer, that kind of vibe it's giving. We then take a peek at their messages, and Omar is really sweet on her. Like, it's clear he likes her a lot. But in these messages, we also find out that Omar is a virgin, and he says that he is saving himself for the right one, and he wants Iris to be that one. I'm saving myself up for the right one. So I feel like now it makes a little bit more sense when he's like, yeah, I don't care what she looks like. Mix that in with everything else, it's all makes sense. But in response to Omar saying that he really wants to be with her for the first time, Iris tells him to slow down. She says that he has to earn the she's not about to just serve it to him on a silver platter. In response to that, Omar just basically talks to her, and it's almost as if he is trying to convince her that they are made for each other, that they are meant for each other, and it's not 100% clear that she feels the same. Iris just started the message and didn't actually respond, though. Cammy makes it clear that the lack of response from her is not promising. She's not responding the way that she would respond if she felt the same way. It's very much giving that she's not actually as interested or as invested as Omar is. Omar's unsure if she has social media, which those pictures are giving, she regularly goes on social media, so I don't know if I can think that, but he ultimately feels that she is hiding something from him, but what exactly is being hid is unclear, but he believes it is in fact something. As the crew heads out, Omar talks about how excited he is, and I feel like he should be more apprehensive than anything. But in the car, he straight up says that his ears are tired because Omar is a yapper. Him saying to somebody, because if there's one thing Need will do, it's talk. One thing Need loves to do is yap. And imagine how tired we are. And then here's some which is sad, but this is not going to involve it too much in London. Things really kick off investigation-wise by them calling the college that Iris plans to attend to try and confirm her attendance. I think, I'm not mistaken, she says she's a communications major, which is the irony of saying you're a communications major and you're on campus. But the registrar is not find Iris' sister.
Narb. Bahira.
That's not a good sign, but at least they believe that she's local based on the school she told Omar that she attends. Since this was somewhat unexpected, our host is Iris' phone number, and it comes back linked to someone in Carmel, New York, but no name is attached. They then head over to Iris' Snapchat, they get nothing, so then they decide to reverse image search the pictures that Iris sent Omar. I'm going to get started here, but really got to go with the anticipation. And of course, there are hits right away. It's not shocking because, like I said, the pictures were giving very much Instagram daddy, but she is clearly an influencer source with almost 30,000 followers on Instagram alone, and she was an admin. 27,000 followers on the photo. Not really relevant. I want to call anyone just kind of before they actually found out that she was an admin. Like I said, to me, the pictures were getting very Instagram daddy. They're getting influencer, and if Omar had even reverse image searched just one of those, he would have been able to see that for himself. But I guess because he didn't.
Oh.
She was like, then he wasn't gonna bother. Cammy says that they don't even need to bother reaching out to this woman because they obviously know that she's not who Omar's talking to. So they head out to basically just confirm to Omar what we need. Hey, Omar is on this sudden round and moving around throughout this scene. Really reminds me of the radio scene in Love and Hip Hop. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
Nizo!
Anyways, Omar is very stressed to hear all this information, and he's left speechless when he sees the Instagram page. He also confirms that her kids will be spoken to 3 times over the last 6 months. And so there's me saying that because that's still ridiculous. From I love you, we've only spoken 3 times. Then, okay, girl. For the first time ever in this episode, Omar got a of words. He's so upset he has to get up and have a moment to himself before returning to the table. Like, yeah, it would be, yes, it would be frustrating, it would be kind of heartbreaking, but someone's been lying to you in such a major way. However, I feel like he also kind of knew that he was being lied to in such a way, because he told them multiple times that if it ends up not being the girl in the pictures, he's okay with that. However, against this, and Pascal reminds me of that Miranda Cosmo interview, because like, I do like to test a little bit. Please, once again, tell me you know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll show you videos, but I would just like, a lot of useful stuff. So you test a little. Everyone then agrees that it's best to just give Iris a call and try to convince her to meet up the following day. She sends them right to voicemail, so Neva sends a message saying that they are here with Omar and they would like to meet up. He then asks her to give him a call. Omar then speaks and just expresses his frustration, and he apologizes for expressing his anger, but Cammy does exactly what she needs to do in this moment. She validates his anger and tells him that not being perfect is necessary. That frustration to whoever Iris really is. That's fair. I think it's okay for you to be upset. I thought that this was very sweet of her. It was a very like good hosting moment, and also like, it was needed. Frustration, they're very healthy way. Like, he didn't have any kind of outburst. He wasn't calling anybody with names or anything like that. So there was nothing really to apologize for. Iris doesn't call. She never responds to the text. Shocked that Omar reached out to Catfish. She wants to meet, but she's worried that things won't go well. She's afraid, and she says she doesn't know what to do. Mia just tries to convince her to meet up and tells her that they know she's in the wrong pictures. Omar knows that she's in the wrong pictures, but he still wants to meet her anyway. Iris responds almost instantly, and she says that the situation is way more complicated than her just not being the one in the pictures. She says she knows how upset Omar is going to be, and since this will tear him apart, instead of meeting, she wants to just disappear, stop talking to him, and act like none of this happened. Just stop talking to him. Just go away. Crazy, don't you think? So now this really has a feeling like whoever Iris is knows Omar quite well and has been stringing him along, and Iris will also interact with him in person, and that's why you're like, well, this is not really ever get wrong. That's how this works. Omar says now more than ever they have to meet. Mia responds to her message and says that they still want to meet up. Like, be serious, a little dramatic message ain't ever gonna stop these social confidence to still happen. They want the to happen at all costs. Iris responds with goodness and agrees to meet up tomorrow, but also says it's quote on him. Just already, just to say it's on him. Now what the hell is that? As Omar is doing some shady shit, what's really going on here? However, the host interpreted it as it not being Iris' fault if Omar is hurt because he asked him that. They see it as Iris kind of victim blaming him. However, I didn't interpret it that way, but I would like to know how they interpreted this. Cammy says the only other possibility they haven't explored is him actually being captured by his friend, like this.
Leave shorts. Onay Fazane. Boisa. You samba pony. Happy bizarre. Breast the binlow.
Sir. Jabinderka. Moscalba.
And the fact that Iris actually followed up with Neve to ask where they're meeting up, so like she went from not wanting to meet at all to like, okay, this doesn't really over this one road. They agreed to meet on a chart, and Iris says she will meet them near the flagpole since she knows that part.
Woohoo! Bobinette.
So Jimmy Gaza. Fleur base. Una turb. Sit babe. Rubara Zakuni. Lord Rinka.
Yips, yips, yips.
Hey,
Yips, yips.
easy.
Zagu.
Maxu. Ying Dao. Kago.
On trip Nipso. Seppin Mom. Sepay.
Nandiki. It's too now.
Bars.
Not for lift. Hello. Yes. Nico. Falabalom. Himba. Harpy. Roslapa. Badi.
Okay, sir. So if not you, then I'm glad to hear with you.
Glad on the shore. Luchi.
Rabulhina, Wisset Borb, Titib, Schwabi Frong Fanad.
Because you didn't want to be involved in the confrontation.
Femboy Barovi.
Longus. Sator.
Sababi and Vor. Lamarck Avivi? I believe it's Apple.
So, Joe Bob.
So. Engine. Oh.
Manzo.
Glaive, Narza.
See what?
Falabalom. Ooh, Harpin.
So,
Shuna. Snowbake, please. Nagalazig. Please. Camus. Shisna. Zobiga. Hanabi.
Hayaboo. Yes.
Marie Koshima.
Longus.
Nope, sir.
Meshka. Rishabor. Flano. Pintrip. Mish Epony. Josephine. Love. Yep.
Oh, you threw a shabal. Believe for sure.
Uh-huh. Sabivdo Ebene. Adam the Shore. Lucci.
Habanor. Shushadoing. Sweet to row. Snow Garzo. Chorp Janil.
You understood. Neva interjects and says it doesn't feel like Sean was messing with him. It kind of feels like he's in virus in a way to still be friends with him. But Sean doesn't take half the stuff. He didn't expect
Nagalazig. Please. Camus. Adam the Shore. Lucci.
Smajo Clem. Yiklawoosh. Paint trip. Mish Epony.
Limba Bay.
Ebony Flurba. Goribine Kim Lamina. Quar. Chibi. Chavina.
Ooh. Oh, Bisha. Robo. Griha.
Sean ignored all of the 30 messages and Homer would look back at the videos he wanted his girl so bad. However, the fact that they would still talk about like anime and all that kind of stuff that Homer said, he was like, Iris, make me think that Sean kind of was using this as, I think, yeah, okay, revenge, whatever, but I think also you missed your friend and you like Sean. Sean admits that all this is wrong, it was very childish. Thinking himself very trustworthy, so he turns to Omar and asks who else he did behind this, and Omar just gets pissed off. Sean then talks about Paul and begs him to get involved in Sean and explain himself to him.
No me. Benor for B.
And we see that he has a message from one of his very big friends.
Goonies. Kelsey.
Nappa. Larkin, Moosh, Gosh of Whips, Orb,
Ooh.
We are actually waiting for too long for people to show up. And I just said that 7 months ago, this was like started as a joke because they are constantly joking with one another. But also, it's like, you guys in there. So it's probably it's actually
Rosgabba.
and there's ways that he did not have those intense like Sean did, but that doesn't make sense to me at all. It's not even just intense. But like one was one with two, I was recruit someone who made so much, and he's not really a joke. That is not a joke. And I kind of recommended that he have to for about 2 weeks so people who are involved in the show. And he's not yeah, or she will make it for jokes. I have a person who has to return to it. And just like, you know how the rest of them are truly was, despite the conversation and despite him also seeing the conversation around between Omar and Sean, who were pretty honest, and this is the girl who's speaking to Omar on the phone, and it doesn't want to be involved.
Boy, please, what's that?
Hey,
When your best friend
Trip.
is
Miss Japanese.
unless that is also
Miss you, LaFage. Well, maybe.
and then when she realized it was all going to be
Gucci.
he was just
Big Starbucks.
Ah.
instead of
Yeah.
Wanna beige.
Bubness. Ooh, keep that.
Huh? Cricky?
Bazoy.
Brinka Flanobo. Floopy.
Lavar.
Oh, and Fora.
Tina.
Bip is some. Is she Roy? Oh, honey Oza. Ashka.
He's very woman-centered, very woman-focused, and his friends were a girl. He will do anything to get attention from a girl before it's how far it's around him. It's very interesting because I feel like it's pretty rare, at least from my experience, for guys to call this out in their male friends the same way that women call it out in their male friends being like male-centered. And I feel like I know firsthand how harmful having a male-centered friend can be. So I imagine it's very similar when you reverse the genders. Anyways, let me say this here. The learned bit that all of that is true, but said that his friends could have just told him that instead of catfishing him, but they both immediately interject and say that they have tried to have many conversations with him about it, but the conversation didn't go anywhere or they can't doesn't care. If there's a woman involved who's always caring more about that woman. Well, one of the is a very blanket apology, very insincere in my opinion, and in the apology, it feels like he's downplaying Sean's experiences. Neva tells his friends that they need to reflect and seek accountability on their own. Edmund then apologizes, and Cammy asks Sean if he has anything to apologize for. Sean says he upset that I got this far, but he's not sorry, Alvaro said. Not at all.
I'm sorry I got this far. I'm not sorry I got upset about it.
Alright, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Let's wrap it up. Cammy agrees that this is not going anywhere, and she also says that none of these guys need to be friends, which I wholeheartedly agree with. You know things are really, really bad when at the end of the confrontation, neither Neve or Cammy give the catfishes hugs goodbye. They be hugging everybody. If they don't hug you, they really don't like you. In our follow-up, we find out that Omar has accepted Edmund's apology. They're still friends, but Omar is keeping him at arm's length. They're not Omar then reflected and realized that he actually did an on-way journey, so he went on his way to apologize to Sean and take further accountability for his actions. This makes me think that he did a lot of other bad, awful things to Sean that Sean just didn't long last for. Omar, of course, as a woman-centered man, is dating once again. He's looking for that girl to lose that beat card to, and he's happy that all of this is now behind him. My microphone is about to die, so I have to know as well, okay? Give me your thoughts, your opinions down in the comments. If you like the video, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you are aware every single time that I upload. There's no episode, no show, no series that we can cover. You drop down in the comments below. You can DM on Instagram. I will not be in the comments of this video because if you're seeing this, if you're recording, I'm on vacation though. I'm going to be vlogging, okay? I will be vlogging that, so you will see that at some point. Okay? I thank you guys so much for being here. I thank you to everybody who requested this. I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rachel here. In this video, it's about Conor Delorier. So, who is Conor Delorier? He is our second representation of someone who is the spectrum, who has been with ADHD and who is on the autism spectrum. He's also really cute. He is Jenna's boyfriend, and that's his main relationship. With his best friends with Casey Gross. I don't know if I'm gonna. He's friends with Claire and he's friends with Allie. They're like friends that he's had just in it. And he's introduced in Season 8, so let's go ahead. I'll wrap it in. So in Season 8, he's introduced in Uptown Girls Part 1. This is where we meet all of the other characters. We meet Connor, Casey, later Friday, part two, I think it was after. Claire, Ali, and he is for the gifted program. And this is the situation. And with or without you, Connor is bullied by many departments of the Iraqi community school. So they're to the woods. It was initiated when Connor was talking to Casey about it. Kai started a mock collection. Connor tells him that he's not supposed to get better mock catching results from people that are not casters. Johnny tells him to shut up and pushes a hole through Connor's mock catching. Connor and Casey later thinks that what they see as negative 10. You know, the snake that causes Ali is free. Yes, that's okay. And lots of Casey and Connor go upstairs to see her there.
Have any shoes? Does a Greek potion?
Wanted to keep the friend group intact. So I don't think he really understood the romantic
Well,
side of
for
it. He was able to
motivo.
see Claire's date to be
Even
romantic,
they.
but because
The Garo
probably
elbow.
so as if they
So
did
Vara.
I don't understand why you're doing all this, bro. Which I did. In President's motion, the chef tripped over Connor's lap via next to the computer. So this is Connor's main episode. So like I talked about in Ali's video, how she was having trouble understanding Connor while Claire was trying to advocate for him. Connor is exhibiting different signs and symptoms of being obsessive. He wears interesting clothes. He's having a pencil. She takes the pencil from him, and he spits on her, and then he pushes her after she breaks the pencil. Claire later goes to his house because the chef's like, not even home for the day.
Who would
And
say?
Connor's having a breakdown, and then she sees he's all the same clothes. She's like, you wear all the same clothes together. See, you don't get it either. Like,
Shorbo.
you think I was weird, you think I'm crazy, that he had the next day, Claire comes to school, has her uniform for a change, and Mrs. Simpson tells her that Connor is passionate. At first, yeah, actually, I have cousins who are strictly diagnosed as autistic, so it's Asperger's like on the, like, where's it falling right? I'm just trying to, so anybody knows this is not consult. And Claire is meant to be able to this is English talking apologize, and it's trying to, instead, you can start it because it's practice. We have a term to describe like how he's feeling, so it makes it feel a little bit better. The next day, Ali takes the art video when Claire
So
starts
Laura,
to feel for him, and that's what he gets. And they show the video with drawing of how he's relieved that he was diagnosed and he's able to have the lamp. They just put down some tape, so and such as like Connor Casey, so people find out exactly about him. He finds that the Casey was making calls, right there the phone number Casey put out on the tryout.
Go what?
Connor actually tells Reese and his friends to try and intimidate them. They're like, yeah, but obviously it didn't. Back in the episode, Casey and Connor did it too, and they're fine. In danger zone, we begin so we can keep on fighting between Claire and KC, and then talk about right there. We can go to the house that I was unaware of. He's ever been changed up. He comes to repair the relationship by locking them in his basement, which doesn't go well. He's open to his biggest basement, and then Claire is making him do he's trying to really. I feel like if I guess there's lots of Connor got Casey, I feel like he Connor tells her that Casey likes her, and she proceeds to have Connor trick Casey into the building again so they can make up, and that's the game. Moving on to season 9, he comes back to the rap and he's looking more mature kid. He's taller, he's getting cuter and cuter. Like, downright hot. It's okay, getting up to Casey, Buster, Holly J. They Buster around Holly J with her state tickets for and your stash. They look to have only one guy just to stand over the back. Maybe because that would look all there. Because of the one thing. And she's a girl, Bruce, so Connor's lunch, and when I think it was, who was it? I don't know who it was, was trying to get first to get it back. I think it was KC. Was it KC? I don't remember who. But I was like, nah, it's fine. Like, like, vending him off, and then he, like, opens the bag, and then he went lunch. And so Bruce freaks out, and the comments like, walked away. He goes to these friends at the trip, and he was like, he walks in on KC trashing the locker room, and had to help him.
Sanaza, but no bet.
And when he starts to he's actually how he heard David Bruce are about to fight. And Dave shows up, Connor tells Shantae that he heard them statistics and David would have to. Yeah, this is facts. And somebody, David becomes really fast and back about Dave, but Connor isn't feeling confident with his basketball and social skills. David and Connor's friendship is strained as Dave tries to improve his popularity on the team by making fun of him. And he's like, I don't understand why you're acting like this. Like, he's not understanding why David's doing that. And no one understands why David's doing that because David's very confident. But after the bullying, Connor decides he wants to quit the team. He's been bullied to the end of and this time, David Casey stepped in and told me that later one day, once that Connor had been eating statistic all year, he shows him the coach. And there's a very generic form of revenge because Ethan has been doing terribly. And now the coach, and he was on that also, I'm just like, You may not be good at basketball either, Connor, but you can run numbers. You can keep up with the stats of the players. And very good.
Abenor Yikla? Let him move. Yabe, Sorbibin, Smack. Shippy Abenor, Naya Floof, Lissa Rook, Upleva, Zarkini. Yasamba Pony, Yabi Bazaar, Noba Bimbalop, Bonsha Class, Shisatop, Gribbix Wosi, Borame, Asif, Yumbara, Dashimu, Wadisa. Yadavel, Nami, Yozabor, Shippy Abenor, Naya Floof, Lissa Rook, Upleva, Zarkini, Iba Ziggurat. Varika Melshpa, Pilafed, Pomeray, Abenor Yikla, Let him move, Herbriff, Sycophus, Barbimore, Blue, Chapa, Sabrine, Inazook, Yemflo, Resicad, Umfrau, Nibihana, Woxen, Nayafu Slamel. Shimpit Hapiam, Avini, Yasamba Pony, Happy Bazaar, Nibnab Noba, Nibnab Fazai. Huh? Yabahe, Sorbibi, Sba. Genesee Bois.
Season 10, one of the months, part 1, David Beckham Jesse, and his friend Connor. Telling Nick they both check out Ali as she's walking into school. He suggested that this should be grade 10 classroom because the title isn't based on interest. And also, this is when they had a ranking in high school. And it's supposed to be Ali. But Connor tries to tell him that something was wrong with Cody. And he got knocked up to number 42. And after she tells Dave what happened, that's what Connor's like, I'm trying to tell you. Like, something was wrong. Like, I don't know what to say. And when it goes up to part 2, Connor's excited that his best friend Dave is ready for grade 10. Everyone treated Wesley rap for Dave's election. Dave's embarrassed. We don't care. I feel like everything.
But not for B.
Everybody just live a normal life. While Connor and Wesley, they're very silly, they're very goofy, but they're also extremely supportive.
No.
I love it. My friends did a rap for me. If I was trying to be fast okay? I would be up there, I'll be like bobbing around. Okay, I'll be like, yes. I'm on a crew.
What barn new?
About Dave's election. Literally, she's like walking the hall and she grabs his arm. She's like, what's going on? He's like, oh. In part 2, Connor is hanging with Dave Wesley, taking Jen and Jim. They're talking about Claire's fake glue because Jen thought that she was getting a good job when Claire was just that eye surgery, so she was having glasses. And Connor's like, I don't understand why she wants to change them. And Dave asked if he would want to fix his ad for thinking that he changed it. Connor's like, no, I want to change it. That's right, Connor. Tell these bitches. And trying honestly, part 1, Wesley, Connor, and Dave are walking into school, and they try to discuss what they're going to do over the weekend. Dave tells them that they should go make out with their girlfriend in the movies, but they were happy. Wesley makes a reference that girl runs just cancer that you can't get on easily. Dave thinks it's kind of weird, and then they go to school. And that's when Sam is having a Van Slam announcement, and that's when Wesley and Connor are like, man, this girl's like band. And so they did, and the band is the Three Tenors. I love them. We all know Dave can't sing. I found some way. I covered that in Dave's video, what the timeline of when he could sing and could sing. It's ridiculous. This is Dave can't sing. They have an auto-tune version. They worked on with Sam, and then when Dave gets up in his feelings, they're like, we're just trying to help you, like, because you suck. It's funny. But ultimately, Dave does apologize for his outburst. That's part 2. Let's move on. Yeah, trying to see parts 1 and 2. Moving on to You Don't Know My Name, part 1. Connor, Dave, and Wesley are upset to find out that their band is dropping out of the bandstand because Mr. Simpson had some event. I will look at the other thing. Yeah. I don't want them to be happy, okay? I just want all of us to be happy. Then it's debatable. The next day, Connor still is asleep at the desk of the computer. Dave and Wesley walk in and sleeping. And this is the episode where he is playing RPG, and there's a girl that he's playing with online that he just has a connection with because they put both things on the do. The thing is, this lady is like 50 years old. And Connor, not Connor, but Wesley and Dave are like, okay, cool. But just letting you know, she's probably like old as hell. He's like, you don't know her, like I know her. Yeah, so he's been playing, and it gets to the point to where he does meet up with her, and that's when Dave and Wesley do tell Mr. Simpson, and Mr. Simpson finds him in line to get the new Realm of Doom game, or really different game, and takes Connor home. In part 2, he's still talking to Love Queen 16, and she's all like, you don't understand you like I do. She's being a pervy. She's like creepy Carson. That's it. And he's all like, oh, why don't you pick me up at school? She's like, okay, cool. And then in the car, that's when she assaults him, and he pops up the car. I was like, leave me alone. Never contact me again. Because, yeah.
Oh.
No, you don't do that. In My Body is a Cage, parts 1 and 2. Let's put them together. Connor walks with Dave to the emergency the next day. Connor busts his chops and asks if he's ready for more with Owen, and he says no more than ever. In part 2, Dave while talking to Connor and Leslie before school, he tells him that he'll make Miss O laugh to make the case remind about the grave. Dave continues to cause trouble in the class, but Connor's there with it. But it's maybe a Dave episode.
Nukem stay.
My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I jumped the gun. The scene where he's in the car with Lovely 16, that's in this episode. Tears on his own parts 1 or part 2. Part 2. He's in part 2, sorry. I feel like that whole situation just happened so fast anyway, if it's people together. But in part 1, him, Dave, and Leslie are on, like, I forgot the goddamn website that we used to use as millennials where you literally just have on your camera and you can literally see other people's cameras, people just pop in, you can talk to them. And the first thing he puts in the chat when they get paired up with the girls, he types in a message, do you guys think I'm gonna do? And the girls like click off. In part 2, when he gets to the car and yeah, he's being really weird. And eventually at the end of that episode, Mr. Simpson is like, okay, yeah, no more ones will do. He's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. And so they end up actually playing this stronger in the classroom. And really trying to help Connor with developing, I wouldn't say better skills, but better discernment in situations like that. And still being able to have fun, but not in a way that's unsafe for him. And Don't Let Me Get Me, part 1. Part 2, kind of received a text that contained TV photos of Bianca sent by Allie. He's like, I don't know why. She sent me her pictures. Allie's like, interesting. And he is in the classroom when Bianca and Allie are fighting. And Hill Carver comes with Dave and Wesley at lunch when Wesley tells him about the wet dream he had in this old class. Both Connor and Dave speak about him. Connor insists they cancel his and on this date knowing Wesley's situation. And when love takes over, Connor seeing Wesley making fun of Dave's height compared to Sadie's. He then ridicules Dave for not wanting to go out with her when they have the date. In season 11, he is in What's My Age Again class. Feels alone since he's the only one of the three tenors not to have a girlfriend. In class, Hannah catches staring at her kiss, and she flips up to another table. Wesley didn't see what happened, and he doesn't find out until Connor confronts Hannah. He didn't understand what he did wrong, and she accepts that the problem was that he stared at her chest. Wesley gets upset with him and says that you can't be doing that. Like, you can't stare at people's chests. Later in the day, Connor and Wesley have a talk, and Wesley lets Connor know everything is alright with Hannah. This is when Connor says he doesn't want a girlfriend, he's just curious. Later at Anya's party, when Wesley and Hannah leave to fend for himself, he dresses for Fiona and provides her with an irrelevant fact concerning the bacterial status which she gets out of by having holiday saver. They then begin to whisper about him, which is said that comes out into Fiona's room and ends up losing the dresser. He steals a pair of her black and purple paper. I guess it's like as a joke to make her feel bad for her. Making fun of him. It kind of reminded me, like, it's creepy, but it kind of reminded me, if you've ever seen the show Never Have I Ever, if you know the character Eric, who's like, I want to go into this party and steal the girl's hat. Everyone's like, what's the point of doing that? He's just gonna steal their hat. He's like, why don't you talk to him? He's like, you know, you just steal their hat.
Sure,
If you were playing part 1, Connor, along with Wesley and Hannah, faced an adaptation for the Garcia App Challenge, and also choose the next list. Clothes that you do every time you feel when you're lonely. Connor goes into the girl locker room, and this is when he was taking pictures of clothes and Allie's boxing in there, and he knocked into her as he's running out. And the next day when they present to their presentation, Allie's like, that's my sweater. And there was a dude in there. You were in there, Connor, weren't you? And in part 2, that's when they find out about clothes. And then Mr. Simpson tells Connor that he's suspended, and he will go to Bolton. Whatever that is. When Connor is cleaning out his locker, he gives Wesley the flash drive that can help him and Hannah win the app challenge. He leaves and states that he'll be back. And underneath it all, while in class, Connor questions Claire about why she isn't sitting next to Allie, who her best friend is now. When Claire says her best friend is Jake, he's like, okay. And now they're Connor intercepts a pass in the hobby versus the rest of the football guys. Mo's also trying out for football, and this is the episode where Mo keeps making fun of Connor in order to like save things with the football team. And Connor's like, I don't understand why he's being a dick. And ultimately, Connor's like, well, since Mo really just wants to have a girlfriend, Mo was doing the thing that Allie was doing. Allie wanted to be part of the team because she wanted to be popular and get women. Mo wants to be part of the football team because he wants to get chicks. And so Connor's like, well, since you want to get chicks, I'll give you one. And that's when he creates a big profile of a girl and then talks to Mo to the point where Mo pretty much almost skips the game, or like skips practice, something like that. And so Lucy's like, dude, wait, what's wrong with you? He's like, oh, just talking to a girl. But ultimately, they kind of both Mo finds out that it was Connor. He's pissed at first, but then things are fine because Mo's like, you know what, that wasn't like, yeah, that hurt, but you're not that bad of a dude. And so when they have their game, they actually do the bit that Claire did as the night when Eli was on his drugs, so he couldn't feel anything. So they do that, and it distracts the other team, and they end up winning the game. He's also in the Cold Night, and Connor is helping with the newspaper. Looking up to season 1, the video of Connor is over. Connor started over the intercom making an announcement to get people to join the academic quiz team. In part two, they're making fun of the video of Drew, showing the pep rally of Drew overhears, and they stop going into their quiz team meeting. Connor then calls Drew stupid when he asks to join. He like walks in,
All right.
and like, I'm gonna be part of the quiz team. He's like, well, you need to be smart. He's like, are you saying I'm not smart? Yes.
Oh.
True. Like, I was not wrong. He's not smart. He's not academically like, smart. He's just not. He's just like, let's be honest here. In Close to the Beat Part 1, he's trying to prepare Adam's group for the project, offers an idea of what to do, turns it over with things like actions that we did, actions that we did, actions she does this. He's like, okay, the things that I was getting ready to start correcting, and she tells him that she needs her internship and just to get the password, and he's like, oh, he tells her to take the things down. Just like when he ends up tweeting that she says, he was like, Claire said, take it down. Claire says, I'm tweeting. In Part 2, they actually create the video of stuff Claire says. And she sees it when she walks in, and she apologizes, and, and they watch the video together. And she's like, "This is how I sound." Like, yeah. I don't care if they do this. Crazy. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
In Waterfall's Part 1, he is singing with the right parts. At Casey's house, he answers the question right when Bianca answers wrong. In Part 2, he's celebrating the right parts victory and talks about what it would be like if Lisa and Townsend got together. So, Casey's mom and their right parts. In Receipt Part 1, he is seen studying questions with Bianca and KC. In Part 2, he is seen talking to KC about his parents drinking. When Jenna walks up and joins the conversation, he later practices with the other bright stars, so KC needs to run and focus. He is one of the people to meet KC in the front of the school to say goodbye. When KC's like, I gotta go because my dad he's great. And never ever Part 1, he asked Vicky at her table is where she's backstage for hanging out with Jules. This question's answered, Adam's like, yeah, you can sit up right here, and that's definitely his whole hard time trying to take the table when she asked her to sit. He's in screen Part 1, rehearsing for the final scene of Romeo and Jules. In Part 2, he's performing as Friar Lawrence. He's in all parts. Part 1, he is seen at the tryouts and then Dr. Adam afterwards. In Part 2, he is at volleyball practice. When he finds out Adam didn't get the team, he tells Adam he deserves a spot. This is the scene where Adam gets in face. And then she's in Part 2. He is in the room when the teacher talks about Campbell's suicide. And we're like Part 1, Jen goes to help Connor after he drops himself in the hallway and he kisses him on the cheek. Connor later repeats that Jen's louder than Travis because he's just like, what's that? She's like, just go with it. And so he immediately thinks that, oh, like she's into me, she was baby, when really it's a cover because she was trying to get Luke off of her back. But at the locker, he said he's not taking no for an answer. He just accepts himself and he walks away happy. He later approaches her and all the way and gives her an orange spacesuit for the date later on. The answer someone in Congress looks like they're in space and Jenna really likes it. And I figures out that Jenna was taking it to Luke and for that day, so like, and Jenna's like, yeah, you should have it again. In Part 2, he is seen talking to Jenna about the second date and kiss her, but is interrupted with Allie begging for her to walk in the lead. He is later seen when he punches Luke in the face because Luke is getting very handy in assaulting Jenna. And he's like, get your hand on my girlfriend. I love that. He's like, I'm protecting you. Yes. I want a guy like Connor. If some guy tries to push up on me like that, I need you to come out of nowhere and wait. That's it about. In Zombie Part 1, Jenna and Allie are gossiping about Eli and Claire for his breakup when Connor steps up. He's tired of Allie being all in his time with Jenna, and so he decides to set Allie and Eli up by giving them flowers sent to each other, and they end up going to the like him and Jenna are at the house with Allie and Eli. So they're like, why did I get roses from Eli? Like, why did I get flowers from Allie? Jenna's like, what the fuck did you do? You know, like, well, they don't be very lucky. And that's like, Allie and Eli, they get each other like, in Part 2, Connor apologizes to Jenna and Allie, and Jenna, although she says she picked up and people let people off, she's not mad. However, when Connor makes a comment about Claire, and Claire overhears them, Jenna and Allie saying that now they're mad. Which was, I forgot what he said, but it was something about Claire pretty much self-sabotaging pretty much. It's like, it's something like that connection. And later on, Connor tells Eli that he can get back together with Claire and that he is an actual confident. Later, Connor and Jenna tells Jenna something, but Connor tells her that he likes her a lot. Jenna goes to about Connor. Allie hears him and Connor also apologizes they don't have talking together. Connor tells her that Eli wants to date Claire back. Connor sees Eli talking to Jenna later that day and tells him that Claire really would see him. Eli then changes his mind and says he thinks the breakup is Jenna, even though he loves her. Connor asks why would you want to be with her. Eli to the reply. He walks up and goes to Jenna. And she's like, how did that go? He's like, I have no idea. Eli, you could have so complicated. But yeah, he's like, we're simple. He's like, we're simple together, okay with you. And she says, I'm with it. It's only like Connor thinks he had time with Jenna to work at Claire. In 2013, he is busy with Jenna Jones and meeting for the parents, and then we didn't all what to do. They're going to the tower, so we have plans to take so much of what doing. In my own understanding, Connor took behind Jenna Allie and about being without anticipation, and not a girl, Connor Jenna has a big deal. We only some comment about physical aspect because he had told him, I don't know why they said it. Then Connor had about him. I was like, are we actually drinking you? And I said, no. Yeah. It can both times be seen as later on Allie finds that around the same her body doesn't match it. This is a deal happy that she just wants to go closer to anybody. And no forever kind of seen as hero. And this is how you kind of seen walking into school and who's kind of putting something like Claire. Kind of about her update about her cancer. Hoping this is something and see about her people and about her. And he's not me, kind of see that week reaction. Then Claire how we feel. Later on, asked Allie if she was Leo for dance, but she told her that she had no idea. He later appears to tell Allie and Leo that he would take David from everybody. And then we then kind of seen walking to school with her shaking wheels, asking Jenna the prom. She's like, okay. And what her like kind of is seen watching girls interview with STD. This part of recipe is seen in front of school dancing lots of pumpkins. This is a video, so really just together. It's cute. It's all like cute. And then yeah, kind of seen Allie thinking that because they have to get the work because only two people can get to the
Jawel.
and the kind of with her another girl.
Abennoy, Flora, Plona. No, but yes, sound of we can't. It is for the Verika Melch, Genesee, Vero, Borame, Skim, Abennoy, Shabba, Kabana Waffle.
They're going to the council meeting with their things for the tax prices. They're pissed out, and suddenly that was supposed to be an active value. And they're going to get the general concept there. So that's not an element of the voice, I'll try to do work in the press. And yes, one day and get it together time about and get word kind of see the guys and the time before agreeing to do like this. And teenage riot, Claire got really fast with They just had 2 movies and she took the whole game behind her. Alex was kind of taking her guns and supposed to be good speeches or video on tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's a deal for if y'all know the deal and supposed to be every if I part 1 to 2, you're asking my costume and you're right. Asking my costume. Yeah, like take out at the company ship because from the goal the way so people outside he's a chicken he's a 16 nice he does the best he has some moments when he's working in the next state I think about I have been studying about books and he was out on the shop especially because like everybody works so hard my thoughts is that he's probably the next time the problem is he was saying that all the house. He's about to go because you'll see the father to come and here's I went to whatever. Here, okay, that makes sense. The BLT show got back to this. That's fine. BLT show got
At the center of the cycling is a red standard 2 queens. One rating, one weight. Cersei Master, the proud, powerful queen regent, now reduced to spectate. Nothing for terror or rage, marveled for marveled life. And Sansa Stark, the captain royal princess, clinging desperately to Catelyn for childhood dreams. Seeking solace in prayer and the performance of courtly grace, to understand the depth of Cersei's cynicism and the impact of her words in Sansa, we must first appreciate the environment where psychological will takes place. As always, we need some context. Mayors will pass and we save this place in Kentucky, the fortress within walls. But tonight it feels more than beautifully decorated. The high ladies are gathered, dressed in the beautiful and maintained air of war, while the sounds of battle echo outside. Yet the fear is comfortable. They are trapped, all depending on them fighting in the past night. This means the walls. Cersei last night, ostensibly they're protected and merciless, embodies dismissal. She is a queen queen, the one who wields immense political power, yet here she is, unlike, unable to defuse the battle's power. Into this volatile mix that Sansa. Still a hostage, still clinging to believe that courtesy and prayer are the best defenses. Tries to navigate the terrifying reality through the legend carries no new. She learned from songs and stories. She believes in heroes, in divine mercy, and in the power of love. Monsters that are about to be systematically destroyed by the blood and terrifying me. The interaction begins with Cersei summoning Sansa. Sansa, you look pain child. Is your life fast and human? Yes. Isn't it? None be done every Cersei immediately blows a spark. Visceral parallel between the violence of the battlefield and the biological reality of womanhood. She reduces both war and mystery into bleeding, stripping away any notion of glory from sanctity. She forces blind
Schwabby.
the shadows of harsh lessons to come. Sansa must read, must take Cersei's simple meaning. Sansa denounces the imposing silent figure sword in his hand, against justice, and execute her power. The act of my shadows will should be that Cersei offers a flimsy pragmatic solution, out of pain to loyalty. While simultaneously underlying the very idea of loyalty, suggests the article reserve. This duality may offer the surface reason for thinking with darker truth. This is classic Cersei. She then immediately demonstrates the real purpose of fear of evidence. When the guard pulls back the surface being clean, Cersei's voice is swift and brutal, and the sound of battle presumably necessary, forms unmistakably turns her way. The battle prepares no holding. Okay, Ray. 这个才慢速。